let's get into it. Let's have some fun.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. Welcome back to another episode of the Let's Be Real podcast. I know you guys can't see this, but when our little intro plays, I love that I saw that we were both dancing.
Oh, you can see that?
Yes! I was like dancing and vibing, and I saw you too, and I was like, I love that. But hey, guys, welcome back to another pod. I hope you're all having a good week so far.
Yeah, man. It's been a week.
And I guess it's been a week since we talked to each other. I was like, it's Monday for us. It's the beginning of the week, but starting off with a bang.
Yeah.
Before we forget, make sure to subscribe, guys.
Yes, on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. Let's Be Real. RJ_podcast. Oh my gosh, I think I forgot. Is that it?
It's okay. It's hard. It's the same on TikTok too, guys. So make sure to like and follow and subscribe on all the things.
Yes.
But how are you doing today?
This is how I'm doing.
One of those days.
Yes. If you're not watching, I'm having an adult beverage because it's just been one of those weeks. Emotionally.
I understand what's going on. What can we make better?
Well, I was texting you about it, like my mom getting emotional over the last podcast episode. And it was through text. So of course you can't really tell tone through text. So yeah. I was taking it as defensive, like she's getting on me like, you hurt my feelings. And I haven't called her because I'm one of those people that's like, whenever you piss me off, I need like time away from you to be able to process, and then I'll come back and talk to you, so then that way I'm not like ripping your head off.
Yeah, I think that's good. I mean, sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
You're fine. Yeah, I'll call her like tomorrow because I'm kind of over it. And then Kev and I have been arguing, so it's like
it's just like one on top of the other. Yeah, no, I understand. It's very, I don't know the word that I'm looking for, but it's great that you can like take the time to like process and then talk. Because I think when we want to argue in the heat of the moment, I don't want to say, I disagree when people are like, you say things you don't mean. I don't think you say things you don't mean. I think you say things that you mean, but like, the delivery isn't always beautiful. So I condone you for that, because like I'm a person where like I feel like I think out loud. So half the time before I've even thought about what I'm saying, it's like word vomit, and I have to like say it out loud to think through it. But then sometimes I'm like, I can't believe I just said that out loud.
Yeah.
You need to chill.
It's hard with Kev in the house because I'm just like, I just want to like punch you in your face every time you breathe. But I can't.
No, I understand though, because that's like the hard thing about relationships. And it's like, oh God, I feel like it's even harder if you have a kid too, because I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, get in the car, go for a drive, go for a walk. But then it's also like, can you watch the baby? Like, or vice
oh my
versa.
God. Then having to talk to them because of the kid, like he got home later than it, because we usually call each other right when we get off work, but we didn't today. So he wasn't home when he normally is because like traffic and whatnot. So I had to call him and be like, how far away are you guys? All right, okay, bye.
the passive aggressiveness of it all.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I hope things get better.
It'll be fine. I talked to him while we were cooking dinner, so it's like, it's better, but he still annoys me.
I understand. I have had, I don't want to say that I've had a less interesting week. There's been a lot of things going on in a lot of close people's lives. Big things. So, managing with that. But like overall, I will say I'm pretty good. I realized y'all are going to hear me say this a million times this month, but it's my birth month. So I'm excited. But I get really introspective in this time of the year because not that I don't like celebrating New Year's, whatever, it's fun, it's a holiday. But for me, my New Year's is my birthday because that's one trip around, the sun for me. And it's just like so interesting. Like I really thought about who I was last year and who I am now and how much I've changed and how much things are going to be changing. So there's been a lot going on. I'm a little stressed out. I had picked a restaurant for my birthday dinner. They won't do a reservation of 15. So now I have to rethink that.
Wait, what? Where are you trying to go?
So Charlotte, which I need to text you and tell you about, but Restoration Hardware, which I know it's a furniture store, but they have a new one in Southland that they opened up. It has a beautiful rooftop restaurant, and I was like, this is where I want to go.
Overhyped.
I just wanted to dress up, live my best bougie life. But they told me that they can't take a reservation for over 6. And I'm like, I need at least 15.
Wow.
So I need to find a new place. I'm like,
what about Chima's? Have you been to Chima's?
I've been to Chima's, but I want to do something different. I'm thinking maybe Angeline's. I have a friend that's a manager that works there, so I'm going to reach out to him and see if they're able to accommodate a party that big. And I don't know. I'm figuring it out. The outfit, I'm trying to figure out. I don't know. It's a thing. It's moving pieces. So, but trying to get the ball rolling on that.
Angeline's looks nice.
It's really good. I've been there. I have a really good friend, Matt Sloan, that works there, and I've eaten there once, completely treated, didn't have to pay for anything. That was amazing. And, but I've been back a couple times, and it's really good. One of my favorite restaurants. So I'm thinking about doing there. So
that's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm thinking the dress code and the vibe is going to be, instead of grown and sexy, grown and funky. I don't know. It's a lot. I'm still trying to figure it out. I had an outfit picked out. They don't have the pants in my size, so I have to rethink it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
But I feel like I was telling my friends this today, I don't mean this in a bad way, but old JoJo's dead. She's gone. She's left the chat. We are stepping into a new era, and I can't explain it. I just feel it. I just know it. And so I'm just trying to live my best bougie life this year.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I deserve it.
What kind of JoJo did I meet when we met?
Oh,
what kind of era
God.
were you in?
Baby JoJo, she... Okay, listen. So, there's someone in my life that always reminds me of this. JoJo that you met was JoJo that was so excited about getting her first big girl job. She created a WordPress blog and wrote a whole article about how excited she was to start her first day at Red Ventures. Okay, that is the JoJo that you met.
Did you really?
Yeah, it's still out there in the world somewhere because I don't know the passwords to take any of that down, so I'm sure we could find it. But I'm gonna spare myself that. If y'all find it, you find it. If you don't, it's out there. But the best way I can explain it would be how we're obviously adults and we've been adults since we moved out or whatever. Mm-hmm. But you know how there's still a level of adult that you look at where it's no, you're more adult than me.
I had those.
So I've felt like that for a long time. But I feel like I am truly I feel like I'm stepping into my grown woman era. I can't explain it, but that's what it feels like.
No, but we have multiple glow-ups in our life. Yeah. Multiple glow-ups.
Oh my God, I'm smiling so hard right now. My head is hurting. I'm on 10,000. I just went to the gym. I got my ass kicked. I didn't tell you this, but I started working with a trainer. It's an online program thing, but yeah, she handed it to me today. And so I just drank an Alani Nu an hour and a half, 2 hours ago. So I'm on 10,000.
Honestly, having a trainer is so awesome. I've kind of fell off like this last week, just with like my discipline with eating and everything. Like this weekend was bad. I had a big slice of chocolate cake. Then I went out and had like a bacon mushroom Swiss burger with all the fixins, and then went out to eat, had ramen. It was just a lot.
It sounds delicious, though.
It was absolutely delicious.
It happens. Sometimes you gotta treat yourself,
Yeah, I feel like it really hit my craving spot, because I have been craving like that kind of stuff, and now I feel like I'm good.
Yeah, that's good. No, listen, I understand that. Like, I'm gonna just be transparent. My eating for the last couple weeks hasn't been great. Like, some days it's okay, some days it's not okay. But today, I had the first like chill week in a while. Like, I had a lot of stuff going on back to back the last 3-4 weeks in a row. So this was the first weekend that I just had to myself. Didn't have any plans with anyone or anything. So I took myself on a little solo date today. And I got an eggs Benedict, pancakes, grits, and a mimosa. So that was a lot. But I told myself today, I was like, all right, you're going to pick out one last time. And then we got to get on the grind, because, we got to be looking and feeling our best for our birthday.
Oh my gosh, yes. And then one thing I really need, that I really need to do for myself, I need to like book a room in Charlotte and stay there for the weekend and have like a break from like mom life and my regular life. I just need a break.
No, listen, that's crucial. You know what you should do too? You should book one at a hotel that has like a spa or something. Get a massage, facial, do the whole thing. You deserve it.
The one in Ballantyne does that, but it's like super expensive. I know they have a spa package, like it's a weekend overnight spa package. It's a few $100s, but they got the mud bath, the body wrap, the stone, the stone massage, all of that within the price.
You deserve it. Kev, if you're listening to this, she deserves it. That's all I'm saying.
Well, baby ain't gonna pay for it. He'll probably show up and I'll be like, this is my mom weekend.
Leave me alone. Let me be. Well, I made some progress today. I got some new books. I know that I'm supposed to read Ugly Love, but something I've been trying to like prioritize more is shopping at local businesses. So since I finally had some time today, I finally made it down to my favorite bookstore in the city, and I got some new books, and I wanted to like play into the spooky vibes. We're in spooky season. So I got 2 books. They're supposed to be like I think they go together. I think it's a set.
Yeah.
And the second book was on sale for like $8. I think because like it's a little messed up in the corner.
Put the camera on JoJo.
Back to me.
It's on me.
But yeah, it's like a little messed up. So I think they like put it on sale. I was like, okay, I'll take that. But it's called The Akata Witch. I hope I'm saying that right. And then the second one is The Akata Warrior. So I think this is the first book, and then this is the second book. But basically, it's about a girl that lives in Nigeria that was born in New York. She's West African, but she's albino. She's a terrific athlete, but can't go out in the sun to play soccer. There seems to be no place where she fits in, which I was like, I relate to that, because I am a mixed girl. I am Black. I am Hispanic. I am Indian. That is how I felt my whole life. So it sold me there. I love all things witchy. So it's about her finding out about magical powers and all of that or whatever. So thought I would play into the spooky season vibes. And then I read like 2 parts of this that said that like it's the second book to this book. So I was like, well, they're next to each other. I guess I'm buying them both. So
you know how I told you I wasn't going to buy any more books?
Yeah.
alive.
You bought more books because
Yeah.
I saw you post a haul on TikTok. I saw that.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm on to her.
Yeah, well, Kat was like, because Second and Charles is like another bookstore in Charlotte where you can like buy, sell, and trade books. So he was like, I want to go. So we go there to get like Kane's books. And I'm like, Kev, you know, if we go on buying something. He's like, whatever. But he bought it for me. But it happened one summer by Tessa Bailey in The Book Thief. And that's all I got because I was going to get like 5 of them. And then we got, I don't remember what we got, Kane. I think it was like a Berenstein Bears book. I think.
I love that. That's so nostalgic for me. I love those books growing up.
Oh, we give Kane all the nostalgia. We don't really do like this new age stuff.
I love it. I love it.
Mm-hmm. And he got some comics. So it was cute. I'm still reading Normal People by Sally Rooney. It's good. It's a good book. But because it's so typical, like, I'm not like, oh my gosh, I need to find out what happens next. So, like, when I put it down, I'm not, like, eager to pick it back up. But it's good when I do pick it up. It's just, I'm ready for it to be over.
Yeah, no, I understand. I was like, I need to get books because I've been watching a lot of YouTube and TV before bed because I haven't had books to read. And this girl I follow on YouTube was actually talking about how her therapist, she was like talking to her therapist about something. And she was saying that you need to reset your nervous system. Don't quote me on that. That might be wrong. That might not be what she said. But she was basically saying how, like, it's not good for us to be seeing all that blue light before we go to bed because it's just not good for you, which, like, I don't think is crazy. Like, it's probably true, right? But I've been having some wild dreams, and, like, I have pretty crazy dreams in general, but they've been extra wild, and I was like, okay, I think it's too much TV, YouTube before bed. So, you know, we're working on that.
Yeah. Yeah. I just gotta, I need books that I can, like, be sucked into. This one is not really sucking me in.
Yeah.
But did you take your test?
No, not yet. I have to take it before the 7th. I'm close. I'm probably
Before
gonna
the
schedule
7th?
to take
It's past the 7th.
November 7th.
Oh.
Y'all, my dog is being extra needy today. But no, I'm gonna probably take a week or 2 to really study and go over the study guides that they have for you. But I'm gonna schedule it tomorrow because I need to get it done. But I'm super nervous. But yeah, soon. As much as I'm nervous, I'm also very ready to have it done. I just feel like I haven't had time to focus on a lot of things, reading, creating content. I've just been so overwhelmed with trying to get this finished up that it's just like, it's a weight off my shoulders, you know what I mean, once I finish. So
Yeah.
looking forward, but also very scared.
Don't be scared. You'll do great. You'll pass on the first try, and then you'll be one step closer to living your best life that you are manifesting.
Yes, I know. But that's like the other nervous thing is, like, once you pass it, then you can train people, and then you got to start training people, and that's the part I need to work on because I start to get mad imposter syndrome and I get nervous. So,
Well, everyone does starting out. Like, you're not going to be great coaching your first person,
yeah,
but you'll learn.
we'll get there. And I definitely want to start building a website.
You work at Red Ventures. Just do the same thing that you learned there.
You know what? Actually, I'm so glad that you said that because I've never thought about it that way. But like, it's actually a very good analogy.
Same thing, different product. That's all it is.
Yeah, I'm actually helping people. Not that I wasn't necessarily there, but TV is not as important as your health. So.
Yeah. But yeah, same thing, different product. That's it.
Yeah, good things.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't really have anything too specific we wanted to talk about today, but you did bring up something earlier that I love that you mentioned.
Yeah.
Kind of experiences growing up mixed, which I have things to say. First of all, I'm going to apologize in advance because I feel like this is going to be controversial.
Oh, yeah. Can we apologize so people don't get hurt?
You know what? The reality is people going to be hurt, and it is what it is. But, dude, I think back to, like, years and years ago when I've been like, oh, I want to start a YouTube channel. I was like, there's so many things I feel like I could say about growing up as a mixed kid and as a curly hair girl.
Wait, did you just wash your hair?
Yeah. Oh, girl, I just came from the gym, hopped in the showered super fast, and walked upstairs to record.
Yeah, I washed my hair tonight too. It needed it, but yeah, it was not annoying. Like even with the hair experience growing up. But did you go through a phase of feeling like, because I grew up in a predominantly white area in school, so I was always around white people. So I always felt the need that I needed to straighten my hair to be attractive because all the boys like the white girls with the long, blonde, beautiful hair, and I'm tall, mixed girl with the crazy curly hair, and no one. It was only like me and one other mixed girl in the school when I was growing up.
So I would say, definitely went down the path of like straighten. I destroyed my hair straightening it, but I hear a baby.
I brought my food.
But no, I definitely went through that phase too. So for me, when I really started going to public school, I lived in California, and California is extremely diverse.
You lived in
Los Angeles County. Yeah, before I lived in North Carolina, I lived in California.
Oh, wow.
I'm originally from Colorado. I don't know if I've ever said that. But originally from Colorado Springs, Colorado. Then we moved to California, lived in Los Angeles for 3 years, and then I moved to North Carolina. But California was extremely diverse. Mm-hmm. So when we moved to North Carolina, the South, the Bible Belt, and I will say this, Charlotte is definitely the most progressive and most diverse place in North Carolina. Mm-hmm. But woo, culture shock. It was still very different than what I experienced. And I feel like mixed kids, we were still pretty new.
I mean, our generation, yeah. I came from a cute little town no one's really heard of called Chatham County, Pittsburgh, right outside of Chapel Hill. Very white. Mostly white people. Didn't fit in.
Yeah, no. So mixed kids were new. Like we were a thing, but we were new. Like there wasn't a lot of curly hair.
It's not
girls
like what it is
around
today, where like people aim to have mixed kids.
Yeah, no, not at all. It was still very different. Everyone was always asking me, "What are you? What are you?" Mm-hmm. And then I think it was middle school was when the era of the what was it? It's a like specific kind of flat iron that became a ceramic. The ceramic flat iron.
Was it the Chi?
Yeah, Chi changed the world. But the ceramic flat irons came out. Anytime you went to the mall, you always walked past the flat iron thing. And my grandma bought me one.
I had one too.
Yep. And pin straight hair was in. That was it. Everyone wanted pin straight hair.
My shit was fried to the gauze because it was pin straight.
Yes, girl. I will never forget my freshman year in college. It was New Year's Eve and we were going out and like my curl pattern was shot, like not curls at all, like barely waves and like so broken off. And I didn't really think, knew it was bad, but I wasn't thinking of it like that. I didn't think it was that bad. And I just remember I was going to wear my curly hair out and my friend said we were getting ready to leave and he was like, "You're leaving like that?" And I was like what? And he was like, "With your hair like that. Like, you're not going to put it in a bun." And I was like, "It's my curly hair. It's just down. What's wrong with it?" And he was like, "Your curls ain't curling no more, girl."
No, facts. Because I straightened my hair so much in high school that when I got to college, I remember to this day, it's a core memory. I was flat ironing it and the shit was coming off with the flat iron. And I was like, oh my gosh. I skipped class and I went to the campus salon. And I was like, just cut all of it off. We'll start over, do a pixie cut. And my ass kept straightening it.
Even after the pixie cut?
Yeah, because I didn't know how to do my hair. Like, I didn't grow up with the black side of my family. I grew up with my white side. So it wasn't until maybe my sophomore going into my junior year, I started working at Great Wolf Lodge. And I met this woman named Tina. We had the same hair type, and she's the one who taught me how to take care of my hair. And I was like, it was God sent because my hair literally transformed within months with what she taught me. And now I rarely straighten. Last time I straightened my hair was when I was pregnant, which was like almost 2 years ago.
See, okay, so I did the same thing. So I was like, this was in the YouTube. I feel like this is when the YouTube era started. Really, think about it, right? Because I graduated in 2013 after New Year's, and my friend like saying that, I was like, okay, something's not right here. And my friend introduced me to like YouTubers and like, oh my God, there's these curly girls. There's these girls that go on YouTube and they talk about what they put in their curly hair. And all these girls were getting big chops, or like some of them were like cutting a little bit off and letting it grow. Yeah. And I started looking at it and I was like, I was going to just cut a little bit at a time. And then I saw this picture of Rihanna slaying a pixie cut. And I mean, we honestly do have a similar texture of hair. And so I was like, it was her at, what is it called? Carnival, I think it was. Or yeah, I think that's what it was. And it was a picture of her in like a white outfit I'll never forget. And I was like, I'm doing that. And I cut off all my hair too. And I didn't straighten it for a long time after I cut it, for years. And now I maybe straighten it. Normally, it tends to get straightened on my birthday, but the only reason why is because we live in North Carolina. So there's no time during the summer that you're straightening your hair because it's too fucking humid. Yeah, no. You go outside for 2 seconds.
Looking like Mufasa. Hell no.
But like I'll maybe straighten it for my birth, maybe once or twice a year, maybe. And that's it. Like I don't put heat on it really ever. Not even a blow dryer diffusing. I air dry. So yeah, very little heat. You learn your lesson once.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, no, I think it's been a journey. I mean, hair is just the start of it too. Tell me if you relate to this. So the thing that I felt like was always really hard for me was I felt like I never really fit in anywhere. Like if I hung out with the black girls, I wasn't black enough. And so to give y'all some context, I am Native American, and now everyone think, oh, what are you, Cherokee? I'm Cherokee, Aztec, Comanche, and Kapachi, blood tested, or DNA tested. So I ain't just Cherokee. Like, I'm true Native American. You can see it in my grandfather and my mother. I am Spanish and Mexican, and everyone says it's the same thing. It's not. My grandmother's family's from Spain. My grandfather's family's from Mexico. Those are two different places. And then my father is African American. So that's my genetical makeup. And when I'm with the black girls, I feel fine, but I'm not black enough. I was always an Oreo. And then the Mexican kids, because I don't speak Spanish, I couldn't truly be Hispanic. And then I'm not white, but when I hung out around, predominantly white people, I still kind of felt out of place. And I think that was always a really difficult thing growing up, was like, where do I fit into this?
Yeah, for sure. I'm black. I want to do one of those DNA test things. My sister did one, and she said that, because we're both mixed, she said that our black side is from Nigeria, and I'm like, oh yeah, cool. And then my mom is part of the Choctaw Nation, but she's also white, like Creole. But growing up, tell me if it was just me, but hanging out with the white kids, I didn't really like it because I couldn't identify with anything. Like, even though I was raised by a white woman, I didn't really I didn't identify myself as white. And so I could never relate, especially because I lived in a low income single family household. I guess I was too embarrassed to open up to the white kids because they lived in mansions and shit. So I always felt not on their level to even be their friends,
Yeah, no, I completely understand that.
And I wasn't black enough to hang out with the black kids either.
Yeah, it's crazy. And the funny thing too is part of it really all goes back to what parts of your culture your parents are exposing you to as well. And that was just, I've grown up, especially on my mom's side of the family, which I would say I've been experienced to a lot of stuff in my black culture because my dad's African American. His whole family's African American, so I had that experience. But my mom, her family is just we're so diverse. We've got Spanish people, Italian people, black people, white people. We've got it all. You know what I mean? So it was never really a huge focus on any one culture or anything. But there are some things I knew, there were traditional Spanish meals that my mom, or Mexican meals that my mom did cook in the house, and I am familiar with. But there's also a lot of stuff we didn't do and eat or say and drink. So it's just so frustrating when someone tries to take any one piece of that away from you. Nothing drives me crazy more when a Spanish person or Mexican or whatever tells me that I'm not a real Hispanic because I don't speak Spanish. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. It's my DNA. The language isn't what, my mom said that she thinks she was third generation American. So I'm fourth generation American. It's not that surprising that we don't speak Spanish. I mean, my mom does, but it's also that doesn't make me less of who I am or what I am,
Yeah. You know what's funny about that? I remember in high school, because I had a lot of identity issues in high school, and at that point I was kind of finding myself, and I identified more as black. But I remember, I don't remember what class it was, but this annoying kid that everybody loves, his name was John. I remember it was the downtime during class, and I didn't talk to anyone in class. I just sat there, did my stuff, and let the bell ring to go into the next class. And he came up to me as I was doing my work and was just you need to choose to be black or white. You can't be both. And I'm yo, what the fuck? Get out of my fucking face. And I'm yo, fuck you. And people around me are laughing, more at my reaction versus him asking that because I'm like, bro, what? I'm both. I can't choose.
Yeah,
Like,
it doesn't work that way.
I literally can't just like peel the white off me, and I can't like peel the black off me. Like, what? No, I wanted to fight him.
No, it
because I was
blows
just
your
so
mind.
ignorant.
Yeah, it is ignorant. And it's like, it blows your mind that people can't understand that. And it's like, why do I have to say that I'm Mexican, Black, Native American, Hispanic, whatever it is? I'm multiracial.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. And the reality, too, and like I've read about this, is at a certain point, the world is going to become so diverse and there's going to be so many multiracial people that actually being any like one race and like only being white or only being Black or only being Hispanic is actually you're going to be considered the minority, because there's going to come a point in time where everything is so multiracial. You're not going to be able to look at anyone and identify exactly what they are. And I believe that, because it's like you said earlier, like there's so, you know how many times I hear, I'm trying not to offend anyone, but do you know how many times I ever hear a white girl be like, ooh, I want to marry a Hispanic guy. I want to marry a Black guy. I want to have mixed babies.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Like,
No, but you know what's funny about that? Like, I don't know if you've heard about this conspiracy theory on the whole like abortion ban and everything. It's to help bring the white race back, because white women are the ones that get abortions more than any other race. So government's trying to bring back white people because they're like going away. I haven't fact checked it, but I know that's what one of the conspiracy theories were.
It's crazy. I don't know. I feel like I fall, like, sometimes I believe the conspiracy theories, but then secondly, I'm also like, but aren't white women the people who are going to be more apt to have the means to pay or find a way to safely get an abortion and legally get an abortion over a minority who's not?
Mm-hmm.
You know, just playing devil's advocate in their conspiracy. It's kind of like, it's crazy. You know what else is crazy today? Speaking of all of this, today I was downtown in my city or whatever, and I was walking to my car, and I noticed that there's like an old house that they had told, like, I had gone on a ghost tour and they told a scary story about, and I saw that the art gallery in it, it's like turned into a museum now, was free today or whatever. So I had like walked in, and I heard them talking upstairs, like giving a tour of the house. So I decided to join the tour, and it was just crazy because they were going back to like, it's a colonial home. So he was talking about all of that with like people enslaving, like how there was always enslaved workers on the property and stuff like that. And it makes me think about this, and please tell me if you've ever heard this before, because someone has said this to me and I was like, I cannot believe that just came out of your fucking mouth. And they were like, you would be a house slave.
Oh,
like
yeah. I've been told I passed the brown paper bag test, and I'm like, what the fuck did you just say to me? I'm like, you really did not just tell me I passed the brown paper bag test. You've heard of that, right?
No, I haven't. I'm intrigued. Please tell me what this is.
So like during slavery, I think it was during slavery, but they determined which slaves worked in the house and which ones worked in the field by putting a paper bag up to your skin. And if you were lighter than the paper bag, you're in the house. If you were darker, you're in the field.
Oh, so basically, yeah, okay, now I understand. So the same thing I'm saying, yeah, you're a house slave. And someone said that to me, like, first of all, no one should be a slave, ever. I don't care what color you are, like, shouldn't be happening. But two, I'm like, is that supposed to be a compliment? Because it's not a compliment. Do you know what happened to the house slaves? They were raped by their slave masters, so their slave masters could make these beautiful mixed babies. I'm like, the fact that like you even think it's okay, and I've gotten that from other Black people, like not even like a white person coming up to me and saying that. It's like a Black person being like, oh girl, like you would have been a house slave. And I'm like, all right, what's going on here?
Let me tell you about this. In college, and I hate like bringing this up because I hope she doesn't ever listen, but I had this one hallmate that like beautiful chocolate, like you could like literally melt in her skin, but she hated her skin complexion and she would always compare me and her. And I'm like, girl, I'm not even all the way black. Like, but she always said like she wanted to bleach her skin and stuff because she didn't feel as pretty. And I'm like, girl, are you not looking at yourself? You are drop dead gorgeous. I wish I could just like melt into your skin because you look so soft and like that. But even then too, like I also hate being compared like to dark skinned women because I've gotten that too. And I'm just like, I hate the colorism conversation because at the end of the day, we're still black. And I just...
No. Amen, sister. I feel that. It's like, I still relate to you. I've still experienced the same things as you. I was actually like talking to my mom about this today. Like, I didn't get a job one time because they said that I didn't have you know what? I'm putting it on blast because I don't even care because it's fucked up. So I applied to this salon. It's Carmen, and it's an Aveda salon in the Arboretum area of North Carolina, Charlotte, whatever. And they interviewed me. And like they interviewed me, loved me, had me come in for like a shadow day where I worked there for an hour to see what they did, what it was like, did great, whatever. And then they hired another girl. And instead of me, which I'm not saying like whatever, okay, right? Sometimes people are more qualified, but my friend had got me the interview there, put me on, she was working there. But one thing I did notice when I first walked in there to talk to them was that it was only her and one other Black person working in the salon. Didn't think much of it at the time. But when I called to follow up on the job, like the manager didn't even come to the phone or anything to let me know why they weren't hiring me. They didn't send me an email. They didn't call me. So I called to follow up. I'm like, hey, I'm just following up, trying to see. And she had my friend who ended up answering the phone that worked there tell me that I didn't get the position. And I was like, okay, that's, I totally fine. I understand. Can you just ask why? Because I'm trying to, work in this field. So if I can learn how I can be better, that would be great. And she was like, she didn't tell me why, but I'll have her reach out to you. Lady never reached out to me. When I followed up with my friend, she told me that they didn't hire me because they felt like I didn't have the Carmen look. And my friend proceeded to tell me, she's like, and they hired some Kim Kardashian-esque looking girl. She was dumb. It didn't know what she was doing, couldn't do the job, worked there for 2 weeks. They had to fire her. And then they tried to ask my friend to ask me if I wanted to come back and work for them. And I said, absolutely not. You said that I don't have the look. And so I'm like, it's like, yes, I may be more fair skinned than you, but that has not made my journey on this earth any easier. I'm still Black.
Been able to use your white experience. It's so funny because my mom would be like, you're not only Black, right? And I'm like, yeah, but I'm not white passing. I can't use my white privilege. I don't have the ability to use my white privilege. I've tried to. Like on job applications, I don't put that I'm Black, I put that I'm white. Why? Because I get a call. I've tested it out. I've gotten calls back significantly faster when I put that I'm white versus when I put two or more races or Black. But of course, when they see me in person, they're like, who are you?
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. And that's like, I even remember I had a friend one time reach out because I had started working at Red Ventures, which I will say gratefully, very diverse company. But I remember she saw me working in like a corporate job and she had an interview for her first corporate job. And she messaged me and was like, hey, did you straighten your hair for your interview? And I was like, it is so crazy that we have to think about shit
You know
like
what's
that.
crazy? Like, I did a slick back bun for my job interview for the job I just got because I felt like my hair wasn't professional enough. So I slicked it back.
My hair is normally in like a slick back ponytail or it is straightened for an interview. I will say I didn't think about it. Like going into Red Ventures, I don't think, and this is kind of a way where I'm kind of thankful that my parents never really focused on race and all of that with us. I do wish I knew more things about some of the culture. Like I wish I was more in touch with my Hispanic side. Like I want to learn more and know more about that. But at the same time, like, it wasn't until my friend texted me and asked me that was the first time that I was like, which you think I would have gotten it after the Carmen thing, but like, that was the first time where I was like, holy shit, people look at me like that. People think about that. And that's crazy. Like, I shouldn't have to think about that. My hair is my hair. What does my hair have to do with how I perform my job?
Oh, yeah. I think about that all the time. It's funny because I really only let my hair out on Fridays. Like that. I let my hair out on Fridays at work just because, it's Friday. I relax a little bit, even with my dress, because it's casual Fridays. But it is interesting to say that. But one thing I hate, I still get can I touch your hair? And I cringe every time I work.
No one will ever ask anyone else that. Like, I feel like, and I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't have long, straight, wavy, whatever hair, but I feel like I don't ever hear my friends, like, I always say this. So I like EDM music, so I rave, I go to festivals, and I've had to start, not in a bad way, but I have had to start wearing my hair like in buns or in ponytails and stuff more because it's just more amplified there. Like, everyone feels good, everyone's excited. So like all I get all night, it's like, can I touch your hair? Can I touch your hair? Can I touch your hair? And by the end of the night,
and they're touching it as they're asking.
Yeah, and of course, I'm like feeling it too. So I'm like, yeah, touch my hair, like touch it. But then every single time at the end of the night, I would go into the bathroom before we left the venue and I'd look in the mirror and I'd be like, oh my God, because my hair would look insane because so many people are just in it. And it's like, but then I was like, every time I tell any of my friends who do not have curly hair that's a thing, they're always like, really? And I'm like, yeah, people don't ask you that. And they're like, no, never. And I'm like, then it's like, it's kind of weird to just touch a person. I don't like being touched unless I'm like, I want to be touched. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. It's not for me. It's not the vibe.
Yeah, I'm the same. And it's weird because Kane loves for me to touch him. He's got to touch me at all times of the day, even if it's just a foot. Touching my leg. He's got to be touching me in some way.
That's hilarious.
I'm touched out.
But yeah, no, I think it's insane. And it's like, you just like want people to stop asking or like, all of it. Like, stop asking me what I am or like, or just guessing. Like, I guess I don't mind you asking me, like, if you're interested and you want to know, like, that doesn't necessarily bother me because I've seen people that I've been like, oh my God, may I ask, like, what's your ethnicity? But, it's the assuming that pisses me off. Like, everyone's like, oh, you must be Dominican. You must be Puerto Rican. And I'm like, no.
I can't tell you how many times I've had people come up to me and just start speaking Spanish. And I'm like, no habla. No,
Ooh,
habla.
girl.
No habla. And they're like, what? You look Honduran? No. Black and white.
That happens to me in the grocery
Queso.
store all the time. All the time.
I
Yeah,
could-
people always assume Puerto Rican or Dominican, which
Yeah.
see is so funny to me because I remember one time I posted a picture of my father on Instagram for his birthday, and people were like, "You're black," and I was like, looking at myself like,
Where have you been?
like clearly, like, I know I'm light skinned, but like I am a brown girl. Like,
Yeah.
I always felt like I didn't look Hispanic at all. Like I always felt like I just looked black in my opinion, but then people are like, "You're black," and I'm like, what world are we living in? And as I've gotten older, more people tell me that I look more Hispanic, and I'm like, I don't see that. I really don't. Like,
I think I'm looking more black as I get older. I don't know why. let me tell you about this Starbucks story. So, in college, I was getting Starbucks. I don't remember what my drink order was, but you know how they take your name at the cafe? Rachel. Excuse me. The lady calls out my name. She's like, Rachel. So I go up there and she's holding my drink and she's looking at me walk up to her and she looks at the cup and looks back at me, looks back at the cup and is like, Rochelle. And I'm like, what the fuck is a O in Rachel to where you have to correct yourself to be like Rochelle because I do not look like a Rachel.
that is insane. Like,
It's not even spelled the same way.
and I feel like in their mind, they're like, I'm trying to be woke. Like, I'm trying to understand. And it's like,
Yeah, I was
Just
like,
read the
it's
name.
Rachel. Thank you.
just read it. Like, yeah, no, it's crazy. And it's like, it's gotten easier again because there's more mixed people in the world now, but it really, I'm so glad that you brought this up to me earlier because I'm like, yes, like I feel that because like in a weird way, I feel like we kind of pioneered the way for mixed children to become a more normal and like seen thing, because there was not. I think about. I mean, like I remember going to open house. My going into middle school, going into 6th grade, and my mom like immediately bonded with the one other mother that had a daughter that was light skinned with curly hair, and was like, oh, you should be friends with her because we weren't used to that. Like I said, California was just so much more diverse, and so it was like there wasn't other girls that looked like me, and and it's like it's crazy to think about it. I mean, we're also in the South, so
Oh my gosh, yeah. It wasn't until I got to college. It was when I found more people like me. So I feel like if there was more mixed kids where I grew up, I wouldn't have felt like such an outsider.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a point in time where, like, I know interracial relationships are great and all, but there was an important point in time where I, like, despise interracial relationships because I felt like it was just, I just want a mixed baby. That should not be the reason why you're interracially dating is because you want a mixed baby.
Yeah.
It's like you're going about it all wrong.
Yeah,
All
because
wrong.
also newsflash, okay, don't wreck me, people, but everyone's beautiful in their own way, okay? We're gonna put that out there first. But like, my dad used to say this shit all the time. He's like, people are always like, oh my god, you have such pretty babies because you have all mixed babies. All mixed babies are not cute, okay? Honey, just because you start going dipping into other pots don't mean your baby's gonna look a certain kind of way. It don't work like that. So it's like, I agree with you. You should, if you're dating interracial, it should just purely be because you are interested in that person.
Yeah.
Personality wise, you know?
Yeah, I don't know if it goes on as much anymore just because I feel like people are now starting to become more accepting of interracial relationships. But I noticed that maybe like early 2000s, 2010s, like that's what was like the goal. Now I feel like it's more genuine. Yeah, I may be wrong.
No, I get it. I understand. And also, if I can give any piece of advice, just because we light skin and we got curly hair, it does not mean that we look alike. Okay?
Oh my!
That shit drives me insane.
I feel like within like the 2 weeks I worked at Red Ventures when you started, mad people are like, "Is that your sister?" No, I don't know.
And we don't
her.
look anything alike. We don't look alike. Like, yes, we both have curly hair, but like,
and we're both light skinned. That's
but
it.
we don't have the same facial features. We don't, because we don't have the same parents. But no, I get that. I had this friend, Aaliyah, and she's light skinned with curly hair. And people would always be like, "Oh my gosh, are you guys sisters? Are you guys twins?" And we would literally say to people, she was really the person that started giving me the courage to do that, because she would literally be in people's faces and be like, I mean, we just both have curly hair and we're light skinned, but we don't look alike, but we're friends. Like, yeah, we're like good friends. And I'm like, oh my God, it's so true. And like, I would literally go to places and I'd walk up to people and they'd be like, Aaliyah. And I'd be like, no, JoJo, but I know Aaliyah, but we don't look alike. But I get what you're saying. And it's like, yeah, it drives me
like,
insane.
stop.
I just don't even,
Stop. Every light-skinned, curly-haired person does not look alike. We are not related. Stop it.
The same way that it's racist and it's fucked up for you to say that every white person looks alike, every Spanish person looks alike, every Asian person looks alike, it goes for us too. Mm-hmm. All multiracial people, we do not look the same because there's certain features like curly hair or fair skin. That's common. Like,
this girl I follow on Instagram and TikTok, her name's Macy. It's so funny because we've never met in person. Like, we're cool online, but even like I came across her page because people were like, y'all look alike. Y'all are like, you know, separated twins. And I'm just like, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, come on.
You see two curly hair girls, so they must be the same. Like,
oh my
what
gosh.
Is that? You, David, that's not the vibe, okay? That's been my new thing lately. I don't know what it is, but it's not the vibe, okay? Like, no, I hate it. It's like, and stop pitting us against ourselves. We don't have to choose. I don't choose, because I feel what you were feeling earlier too. Like, there was so many times growing up where it was like, I just wished I was more fair skinned like my mom, because it seemed easier. You know, my mom is Mexican, but she's extremely fair skinned. She's not tan at all, really. So an ignorant person could pass her as white. You know, she had dark hair, but whatever. And there were so many times where it's like, I just wanted to be more fair skinned because it seemed like things were easier. But then there was other times when I hung out with those people and I didn't feel like I fit in, and I just wanted to fit in with my Black friends where I felt like I fit in a little bit more, but all they ever talked about was how light skinned I was. And I was like, well, if I could just be brown like them. And it's like, I shouldn't have to feel that way. I shouldn't have to fight myself, you know? Yeah. So people need to stop pitting us against ourselves. I'm both. I'm Black. I'm Hispanic. I don't care if it's 1/3 this and 3/4 that and whatever. Like, I am what I am. I'm multiracial. I come from several different places, and I love and appreciate those places equally. Mm-hmm. So,
you know what I really appreciate is the people that I did meet in college and become friends with. They took the time and asked me like what my experience was like being mixed growing up, just because, you know, they didn't have a lot of mixed friends, and if they did, it was like 1 or 2 people in their school. So meeting another mixed person, they were interested in knowing what, my experience was like. So I appreciated being able to tell them my story versus just like assuming and then like asking questions, like, because it was funny when I came to college, I had never seen any of like the Black classic movies. So when people be like, let's watch this movie, have you seen it? I'm like, no. They would like bust out laughing and think it's so funny that I haven't like experienced this like, Black culture stuff. So it really put me on. And it was lovely that, they took the time to want to learn. All the white friends that I made never thought to ask. So, I mean, you can ask.
Yeah,
it's
no.
okay.
I totally understand that, because it's so funny you say that, because Josh has a list in his phone, like a notes list of all of like, again, like the staple movies that most Black people have seen, because he knows that I haven't. I mean, one, I just grew up super sheltered in general, so like there's so many movies I've never seen, but same thing. But yeah, no, I agree with that. I've got some really solid, like multiracial curly girl friends, and we live our best lives together, and I love it because it was the same thing. They took the time to like ask me my experiences and get to know me and what it's been like for me. And I think this is really the last thing I have to say about it, but did you ever feel like, oh, the curly girl like battle too? Like, I don't know if you felt this, but I didn't feel this when I met you. But I remember when I started working at Ray Ventures, my friend Ariel, I was a trainer. I was training to be a manager, but I was their trainer. And she was in the training class, and beautiful, love her to death. Gorgeous, gorgeous girl. But I remember being nervous to meet her because in my whole life experience, every time I met another curly girl, it went one of two ways. They were either super cool, super sweet, super nice, and they would talk to me. And that's the kind of curly girl I am. Like, for me, it's never a competition. Like, I try to give everyone a chance and be kind to everyone until you give me a reason not to. But I felt like with curly girls, it was either like they're super fucking nice and they're super cool, or they fucking hate you. And it was like this unspoken tension in competition. And it's like, what is it? Is it like, cause we look alike? Like, I'm confused. And I remember I asked Ariel about that, and she was like, oh my God, I thought the same thing. Like, oh my God, another curly girl. Like, she's beautiful. I'm excited, but she's either going to hate me or she's going to love me. And like, we clicked, we vibed. So, all is well. But I was like, why is that a thing? But I feel like it's society pitting us against each other.
I'm actually kind of opposite. I've never met a curly girl I didn't like. In fact, like on the search for like mom friends, I specifically look for biracial moms just so I can, have someone to relate to and my kid to relate to someone. But I mean, I'm friends with like, different races, but I'm not going to like not talk to you because you're like a white mom or like a Black mom or a Hispanic mom. But I really want like a biracial mom friend so we can connect with a son that is around the same age range.
Oh my God, I need to introduce you to my sister. She has a 6-year-old and a 1-year-old, and she's biracial, obviously.
Yeah.
But no, I guess maybe that was just in my life thing, but I had a big issue with that. Like, there's this one girl, I'm not going to say her name, but that worked at Ray Ventures that fucking hated me, and I never did anything to her. Like, when I would talk to my friends that were kind of cool with her, they were like, oh no, it's literally just because you're another pretty light-skinned curly hair girl, which she was also. And they were like, and it just has to be intimidation. And it's like, I don't get that. It's not a competition. Like, there's enough room for all of our beauty here.
When someone tells me someone's jealous of me, I'm like, what? Like, I'm so regular.
Same. That's exactly how I feel. Like, listen, I'm getting my first curly girl haircut in 26 years of life in 2 weeks, okay? So, like, it's still awkward. We're still trying to figure it out. We're still trying to put it together. Like,
oh my gosh, I'm a lazy curly girl.
Oh.
I don't do nearly all the steps that I should be doing.
I definitely don't. That's why I'm like so excited about this haircut, because I'm like, I need someone to teach me what to be doing, because it's like I've definitely, maintained it well since the big chop, but I mean that's like avoiding heat, but like my hair care routine, it's sad. It's conditioner, honestly. I don't do anything to it at night. I sleep on silk pillowcases, but
I barely use a bonnet, which it's funny.
I don't even own one.
It's funny because like when Kevin and I first met, I was like, bro, you gotta wear a bonnet. You have beautiful hair and you're not wearing a bonnet. And it's so funny because he religiously goes to sleep with a bonnet now, and I like sometimes do it.
My sister's been telling me I've been getting, which is like the worst, I don't know if you guys know what these are, but fairy knots. But fairy knots is when you have one single strand of hair, knot itself, and there's absolutely no way to get it out. It just eventually your hair will probably break there. Mm-hmm. And I know it's because I don't wear a bonnet, and it's like,
get you a bonnet. It is
I know
so nice. Like when I do wear it, to like I typically wear a bonnet the nights I wash my hair, but it just feels so good to throw it up in your silk wrap in your bonnet, and you just feel like a bundled up beautiful woman, because you just like don't have to worry about your hair, and it's like, yes, I'm all my shit, I'm that bitch, I got my hair in the bonnet.
Yeah, no. I need to work on it. I feel like I'm going to go and I'm going to let this stylist talk so much shit to me about how terrible I'm doing. I'm going to be like, I just want someone to tell me what to do to make it right.
Well, what do you want? Like, what are you trying to make your hair do?
I mean, I just want to know what products I should be using. You know what I mean? Like, what should my routine be? Like, because right now it's like, I put leave-in conditioner in it. That's a lie. Okay? That's a bold-faced fucking lie. I put conditioner in my hair and I keep it pushing. I've been putting leave-in in it recently because I braided someone's hair a couple weeks ago, and I bought a leave-in conditioner because I treated their hair better than I treated mine, and I've been using it. But like, I literally put leave-in conditioner in it, or conditioner in it as product, and that's it. Maybe gel if I'm going out to like help it a little bit, but like that's my routine.
I do the same thing. So when I was
like there should be more than that, right?
Yeah, there is a lot more to that. That's where I'm lazy. That's all I do. That is all I do. Do you do? Okay, so when I first started doing my hair, I fell off a lot. But like when you wash your hair, like shampoo, conditioner. I shampoo it twice. The first shampoo is to break the product up. The second round of shampoo is like, it is what really cleans your hair. It's what, since the product is gone, you can actually clean the shaft and your scalp and everything. Then you put conditioner in it. And then that's when I wash and shave and do all that stuff. So this part, it's really up to you, but I detangle my hair in the shower with a Denman brush.
I do that.
So I do that. And then from there, like what I used to do is put in like my leave-in conditioner, my oil. Like I used to do leave-in conditioner and oil. And then I would wrap it up in my bonnet. And then throughout the week, I would, when I would take it down for the next day, I'd use oil to like fluff it to keep the curls intact. And then I would do a co-wash like every couple days. And then do a deep conditioning treatment every week. But I would only shampoo my hair like twice a month.
Oh my God, listen to this. This is so bad that I'm about to admit this. But do you know when I was doing all those steps?
Never.
When it was dead. When it was dead as fuck. That's when I was like buying co-washes, doing like hot oil treatments, like deep conditioning. It was when it was dead and done, and there was nothing that you could save it with. I have not done that in years, but no, I've definitely heard of those routines, and I know they do. I think my thing too is just that like hair care products are so expensive, so that's why when my friend told me she got it was Ariel, when she told me she got like a dry haircut, like a curly girl haircut, and she's like, it changes your life. I was like, you know what? I've been saying for years I wanted to do that. I'm gonna do it because the whole thing about the curly girl haircut is that they educate you on your hair type, your hair texture, what products you should be using. Because I do want to have more focus, and I feel like I've been stuck at this length, the shoulder length, for years now. And I cut my hair off, like pixie cut it, like 7 years ago. Like the shit should be in my ass by now. Like what's going on? But that's why I really want to sit down with someone who understands my hair type and stuff and can teach me. Because it's like, you just tell me what I'm supposed to do and the order and how I'm supposed to do it, I can do it. But it's like the trial and error, the money that I have to spend trialing and erroring.
I mean, you're going to have to trial and error anyways, because, you know, combination of products, just what may work for me may not work for you, even though. But you know what's cute?
That shit is expensive.
You know what? When I was really into it, I wanted to make my own hair product line. Like, that is what I really wanted to do, because I'd be in the kitchen using like household stuff like mayonnaise, eggs, aloe, like fresh aloe, just making my own concoctions.
I'm too scared to do that shit. I've seen that mayonnaise shit. I'm too scared. I'm like, fuck no. I don't like mayonnaise in my mouth. I cannot put it on my head.
Oh, the worst thing, I cooked an egg in my hair. Like, I was like, okay, because I did it wrong. I whipped the egg up, put it in my hair as like a protein treatment. But I hopped in the shower with the egg still in my hair, and the heat from the shower cooked the egg. So I had egg bits all throughout my hair.
Yep. Nope. Send me the salon. Tell me what to put in it. That's it for me. I apologize, y'all. I'm pretty sure y'all heard him earlier. My dog is being very whiny. I'm assuming he has to use the bathroom. So, but
yes.
No, it's been a journey, okay? So give us 6 people a break, okay?
Yeah.
Especially us, born in the early 90s, mid 90s in general, like
the 1900s, the late 1900s.
Like, cut us some fucking slack, okay? We pioneered the way.
Give us a break. Oh my
Give
gosh.
us a break. Yeah, you hating on us, it's not the vibe, okay? But
it's not fetch, Gretchen. Fetch is never going to be a thing, Gretchen.
Stop trying to make it happen. No, literally. Oh my god. There's your Halloween costume suggestion, guys. Dress up like Mean Girls.
Oh my gosh, yes. But I'm going to head out because I need to go to bed.
Yeah, I need to get my life together. I need to take my dog out, clearly. He's pretty so. But it's been another fun one with you guys. We will see you guys next week. And yeah, make sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, all the things.
All the things.
Thanks for doing another one with us.
Bye. Let's be real. Let's get into it. Let's have some fun.